Back in the day, the Blue Plate Special was a way for diners to offer their regulars a full meal at a low price. But suddenly, the American diner landscape has come alive with creativity.
Classic diner feel.
But it's hipster. It's got like a new twist on it.
Higher class diner food.
Wicked good.
Polished up, greasy spoons are slinging revamped versions of old favorites and inventing new comfort classics for the emerging counterculture.
TheBomb.com.
The food is elevated.
Today's version of diner food is not just special,
Salty, greasy, crispy.
it's Blue Plate Special.
Order up.
With most diners, you have to choose between reliability and variety, but not at 24 Diner in Austin. They've got an elevated menu the size of Texas, served around the clock.
You can get a steak at 5 a.m. or a steak at 6 p.m. Maybe you want hash in the middle of the night. You got it. We've taken the diner and just upped its game a little bit. We're using farm-to-table produce. We're using French technique.
It's all thanks to classically trained executive chef and owner Andrew Curran, who owes his passion to a bit of mom's tough love.
She said, if you like to eat as much as you like to eat, you better learn how to cook.
And learn he did. Andrew brings a level of hearty sophistication to even that most basic of Lone Star short orders, a big bowl of red. We're talking Texas style, no bean chili.
First step, we gotta season the meat. Lots of salt, lots of pepper. Nothing else on the meat.
This chili's built around chuck roast and brisket. Don't get it twisted, Texans don't hate beans, they just really love meat.
Beans are a separate dish alone. Cooked in the chuck wagon overnight, it's just beans and bacon. That's beans. Chili, 100% beef.
Pan searing is the first of the beef's 3 flavor layering cookdowns.
A lot of people will just grind their raw meat and make chili. We're gonna sear it first to get that caramelization, that nice seared Maillard effect on the outside of the beef, and then let it cool and dice it.
Dicing instead of grinding means it's big chunks instead of tiny bits getting spread out on a baking sheet.
Now into the oven, 350 degrees.
45 minutes later, caramelized meat vada.
Now for the third cooking in the pot. Low, slow simmer. So instead of adding olive oil, we're gonna add the rendered beef fat that we rendered off of this brisket and chuck.
Moving on to the non-beef portion of our show, onions, roasted poblanos, serranos, and jalapenos, followed by the house ground spice blend, which includes dark chili powder and smoked paprika.
This is what's gonna elevate our chili. Some smoked paprika, really bringing Texas feel to our chili.
As the tomatoes get crushed, you realize making chili is thirsty work.
The only liquid in this chili, beer.
A nice flavorful ale. That chili will reduce a while and eventually get a lovely crown of toppings. And a big piece of warm, moist jalapeno cheddar cornbread. Oh my.
Best chili in Texas, no beans about it.
Amazing. Just the perfect bite.
That chili is so robust. I can taste all of the flavors. Woo, and there's a kick. That's good.
You just want to feel that warmth inside you. It gives you that nice heat.
I've had this chili so many times and I love it. It's always perfect. It's got some great heat, but not too much. And really, when you add the cornbread, it really evens it out.
So it hits that spicy, sweet spot.
That is one meaty mama right there.
You don't miss the beans?
If not having beans in the chili means more meat, I'm all for it. The brisket's fatty, and it's the type that would melt in your mouth if it wasn't in the chili in the first place. I've had a lot of Texas chili. This one takes the cake.
For his next work of diner wizardry, this Culinary Institute valedictorian will reframe the BLT into 24 Diner's famed pork belly sandwich. What makes pork bellies so good?
Fat on top, fat in the middle, loaded with fat. That is some beautiful pork. That's gonna make a pretty good sandwich.
Andrew seasons it with a rub made from sugar, salt, and 8 different spices.
It's called a rub for a reason. You gotta rub it in.
Looks soothing.
You want to be this pork belly, don't you?
The whole process literally takes about 5 days to complete. Let's skip to the end as it comes out of the fryer.
That is perfect pork belly. Check that out. Golden, beautiful fat, luscious, crispy edges. This is gonna be delicious.
That's gonna go on a soft, fresh-baked, buttery, aioli-slathered lobster roll bun.
And we're gonna finish it with a little bit of Asian slaw, red cabbage, cucumbers, vinegar to cut through all that luscious fat.
Plate it up, and it looks so good, not even Andrew can resist.
That, my friends, is a delicious pork belly sandwich.
Oh my god. It's so juicy. This is the bomb.com.
That hits the spot for sure. What's better than the biggest piece of bacon that you can get? It's fantastic. It's so tender, the pork belly. It's got a hint of sweet to it. The sandwich makes me feel alive again.
Like my tummy's all warm and cozy. I'm a happy camper right now.
Who cares what your watch says? It's always Let's Eat O'Clock at 24 Diner. In a word,
This place is amazeballs.
I'm not sure that's a word.
It's amazeballs, it's off the hook, it's insane, it's nuts, it's wiggity wag, it is your place to go.
When it comes to diners, New Jersey's no turnpike piker. There's more road stop restaurants here than anywhere else in the country, and that's how locals like it.
There's diners almost on every corner, but it's also the kind of place that you feel at home, that, you know, you can have a relaxing meal.
In the city of Edison, one diner flies a different route. Jeff McNamara and Joe Guzman decided the Skylark wasn't going to be just another plane on the runway.
What we used to call ourselves the anti-diner. We're a diner by name, and we're a diner by the fact that we serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You get breakfast all day long. We pride ourselves on being unique and a little bit different.
It's just local people getting together, eating, drinking, having a good time with elegant food.
Jeff landed on the perfect concept. Serve funky fly food in a place where the motif is jet set as the menu.
Early 60s airport travel. That was the concept. So it started with the name Skylark, and Skylark has a lot of different meanings to it, but one of them is a plane.
And one of the dishes that needed a passport to arrive here is the Korean-influenced bulgogi pork chop.
Bulgogi is a term for meat on fire. Being in Edison, New Jersey, we have a big Asian population around here. I had bulgogi recently, and I wanted to do our version.
And that version has become a specialty of head chef Joe Guzman. Joe brings together a mix of soy, sesame oil, sugar, ginger, and some chili garlic spice, and you're cleared for whiskey.
There's a lot of stuff going on in the sauce, so we want to make sure everything marries together, all the flavors. We don't want nobody to be left out. And now we're going to just let it sit for 24 hours.
Enter Skylark Mega Chop 1.
And here we go, guys. This is our 14-ounce pork chop, center cut. Look at the beauty. We're going to hit this with a little salt and pepper, and then we're going to sear it up.
It flirts with the flame for about a minute on both sides.
Get it nice and brown, nice beautiful color.
In preparation for going full-on bulgogi.
Traditionally, you do marinate a meat, but here at Skylark, we do things our way. Now we're gonna sauce it up, get a little flavor in there. Yeah, right there. The brown sugar helps caramelize the sauce. Then we're gonna throw it in the oven, guys.
While that glaze heats on the chop, Joe starts rolling the kimchi cart up the aisle.
Kimchi is a fermented cabbage. First, we're gonna stir fry the kimchi a little bit.
Drop in some basmati rice.
We're gonna get it all nice mixed in there. Just like that, kimchi rice.
Looks like the right stuff to me, Captain. Now let's get back to that pork chop.
Now inside of the oven, see all nice and glazed, all the flavors are out. The chili, garlic, it's just the right kick. It's nothing but a beauty.
That beautiful thing joins the spicy kimchi rice.
And just like that, bulgogi pork chop.
Oh my God, it's huge. Look at it. And it smells amazing. It's mouth-watering.
That's good. This is a pork chop that I'd come back and have another.
It's hot and sweet and tender. And if you look at the meat, it's cooked perfectly through.
I've gone to Korea every year for the last few years, and this matches what they have there. The bulgogi sauce is absolutely perfect.
What really makes it is the bulgogi seasoning. The idea that you can have that here at a place where you can also get an omelet. That's why this is more than a diner.
It's great. I can't describe it in less words than that.
This place does tend to leave you speechless. Modern cuisine served in a cool, retro, swanky atmosphere. The captain has turned on the brag about Skylark sign.
Georgia's got more diners than anywhere in the Union, and this place is definitely the best.
Roger that. Stop the world. This classic dish at an LA mainstay will have you singing I Melt With You.
This is diner food to like, umpteenth level. Phenomenal.
If you stuck a frill pick right in the center of the big, glorious patty melt that is Los Angeles, it would land right in Koreatown, somewhere near the historic Normandy Hotel, the home of an LA landmark called Cassell's. Not only has the place gotten a makeover, chef and owner Christian Page has reinvented the menu's diner classics, all the while making sure to honor Cassell's traditions.
It's pretty amazing to be part of a team that revitalized the LA icon.
And since just after World War II, Cassell's has been the spot to satisfy your mid-city munchies.
Al Cassell left a great legacy and a big imprint on like the LA food scene and hamburgers in general. So back before there was all this food media that there is today, he was getting written about in magazines all over the US and all over Europe.
Then, as now, folks were enthralled by Cassell's Patty Melt, a yummy yardstick by which to measure any diner's deliciousness.
I think the Patty Melt is just one of the greatest sandwiches of all time.
This P-Melt is as classic as they come, with a little something extra, but we'll get to that. First, the beef. The grind is coarse and the seasoning is minimal, so you really taste the meat.
We're gonna get our house beef patty onto the 500-degree plancha.
Whoa, check that out. It's like a flat-top grill and a daybed had a baby.
This is the original Crossfire broiler from Cassell's circa 1948. This always stays 500 degrees no matter how many burgers we're banging out during your service. You're always gonna get that same brown, beautiful crust on both sides of the burger.
What's the first commandment of cooking burgers?
Don't ever push on your burger after you put it down, because you'll push all the juice out of the burger.
That takes care of the patty portion. Now on to the melt. Here's where the hand of fate intervened and took the new Cassell's to the next level.
We were working on the patty melt and someone didn't put the cheese on straight. One of those beautiful mistakes that you make when you're recipe testing, and then we've stuck with it ever since. So we put enough cheese where it falls over the sides, so you get these two crispy flaps of cheese that hang off the patty melt.
You expect gooey, but that extra cooked cheese, that's a nice element of crisp. Plus, it looks cool, like a spoiler on a race car.
It crunches and it gets a real nutty flavor.
And the onions have earned their certificate of caramelization.
So there you have it. Perfect patty melt, the highest form of the cheeseburger.
Christian, you've done it again.
Oh my God, it's so good.
The meat tastes like an actual steak. It's a mix of flavors. Onions, cheese, crispy rye bread, and the meat, all coming together in perfect harmony, basically.
This cheese is like so perfectly cheesy and melted, all stringy when you bite into it.
This is like diner food to like pop up to the like umpteenth level. Phenomenal.
This is my first time, and I'm really happy that I came here.
Then you need to come back for breakfast. Served anytime, if you're in the know. You didn't hear it from me, but ask for the breakfast burger.
You see a lot of breakfast burgers, but they're really just another burger with an egg on it. So we wanted to do something a little different and bring all the components of a good breakfast into the actual burger.
His solution is your new favorite thing, hash brown buns. Also, my nickname in high school.
These are the best hash brown buns you'll ever taste. We want to get this on them to get them nice and crispy.
And in accordance with California state law, it comes with some beautifully ripe avocado. And then the crowning glory, a farm-fresh butter-basted egg.
Here's Cassell's breakfast burger. It's as good as it looks.
Woo! Crispy.
I have to do one more.
The juices of the egg is what give extra flavor to the meat. It gives the crispiness of the hash brown just a little more juice that you need to bite into it. But altogether, it's like the perfect breakfast plate that you've ever had because it's delicious.
Who wants to tell me about the avocado?
Avocado, I mean, a little bit of texture. It's like California, you know? That's what we're all about. You know, that's what it is.
Avocado on everything.
Yeah.
I got like this dope cheddar, this amazing crispy buttery hash brown. My burger cooked perfectly to a medium rare. And for me, is that runny egg yolk. Has me sold, and I'm a sucker for avocados. Damn, so good.
Anybody else?
Nobody mentions the milkshakes, but these are amazing. So I'm gonna just shout out to the milkshake. You should get it.
So noted. And when you're rolling through Midtown with the top down, now you know where to top up.
Cassell's here in K-Town, man. Koreatown. Killing the burger game. Yup.
The forecast is chilly, as a north side Chicago diner gets a south side twist. South of the border, that is. In Chicago's groovy and eclectic Wicker Park neighborhood, a diner has always meant more than a place to eat. It's like your second living room.
I used to hang out in this neighborhood when I was a punk kid, and there was a few restaurants that I really loved. Those places disappeared, and we really felt like the neighborhood needed a place that was a great meeting place.
Award-winning chef Paul Kahn is reviving that tradition at everyone's new favorite dive, Dove's Luncheonette.
I was trying to describe Dove's to my friend who's visiting, and I was like, it's sort of a diner, but it's better than a diner.
Classic diner feel, yeah.
But it's hipster. It's got like a new twist on it.
Paul's rewriting the menu on what diner food can be. Why settle for ho-hum corned beef hash when there's the smoky, briskety beauty of Dove's Burnt Ends Hash?
Burnt ends hash is kind of a go-to.
As anyone in Kansas City will tell you, burnt ends are the best part of the brisket. That's where all the tasty bark is. This baby stays almost impossibly juicy as it smokes, thanks to a technique called the Texas Crutch. It's like a barbecue cheat code.
Usually you're supposed to pull a brisket out when it's at 225. So basically you pull a brisket out at 185, you wrap it in aluminum foil, so it helps steam, keeps a little bit moisture in it. It's a barbecue technique that people use to cheat in barbecue competitions and to keep the brisket nice and moist.
You can gauge your brisket's deliciousness by the degree of bounce to the ounce.
You can really tell that brisket's really right where you want it to be when it's got a little bounce to it. It's really nice and tender.
Yeah, it is. As long as you always cut it against the grain, a rule they should really be teaching in schools.
If you go with the grain, it's like chewing meat gum. It's not really what we're going for.
What really makes this hash heavenly is the flavorful spuds. They roast until the inside is tender and creamy, then get fried until the skin is crispy.
You can just hear that they're ready.
Then the real flavor rains down.
So then we're gonna hit it with a little bit of malt vinegar, cheddar cheese aioli. It's a blend of malt vinegar powder, cheddar cheese powder, chili arbol, a little caper, a little lemon juice. It's mayonnaise, so it's good on anything.
The burnt ends rest on the spuds, get flanked by Texas toast and topped with 2 perfectly fried eggs.
Nice and delicious.
Garnish with a little queso fresco and scallions, and breakfast hash, you burnt.
Here you go, burnt ends hash, Dove's Luncheonette.
Yeah.
How's that brisket?
I mean, obviously the brisket's really tender if I just cut it with a butter knife too.
That's
so.
true. There's like a smoky element to it also that works well with the other flavors like the aioli.
It's almost like a chip on the outside of the potato, and then you get into the potato. It's a nice soft texture, just the way I would want any hash brown to taste.
The burnt ends hash may be the best breakfast I've ever had. I'm a breakfast expert.
Dove's takes its name from a character created by local legend Nelson Algren.
Dove was a character in a book called Walk on the Wild Side.
Algren was a tough egg known for his hard-boiled fiction, but even he'd be a sucker for Dove's chili relleno.
We're doing a chili relleno with a stuffed Anaheim pepper served over a corn puree.
Dove's uses mild Anaheim peppers, fried, peeled, and stuffed with a rich, creamy filling.
We're gonna stuff it with a blend of farmer's cheese, squash blossoms, epazote, a little lemon juice, lemon zest, and a little egg.
Epazote?
Epazote is a Mexican herb. It's indigenous to many regions of Mexico, but it's very tannic, it's very herbal, it's got a very unique flavor.
The cheesy, savory stuffed peppers get coated in tempura batter and fried again till crunchy. But he's not finished adding flavor and texture. That's a sweet, smooth, and simple corn puree. All that's missing is the bright, acidic pop of the pickled green bean heirloom tomato salad. And there you have it. Elevated diner food meets Cantina Classic.
Oh.
This is really good.
You can't go wrong with a fried pepper. Not at all.
It's light and fluffy.
I really like the cheese inside and the corn.
I like how the ricotta is inside the best.
Yeah.
It gives it like a nice extra flavor.
It's really creamy. And then the corn puree on the bottom is really good too. It's like just a little bit sweet, but not overwhelming.
It's cheesy corn, that's literally all you need.
Dove's Luncheonette is making Blue Plate extra special again in the Chicagoiest way possible.
No, this is not your average diner.
Just like the train, the food is elevated.
Our Diner Dash takes us to the northeast corner of the country, where Portland, Maine splits the difference between big city bustle and seaside charm. And they're serving boatloads of hospitality at Becky's Diner.
Becky's Diner in the Old Port, Portland, Maine. It's just a friendly vibe. This is a come-as-you-are diner.
A lobster dinner usually means a fancy night out, but at Becky's Diner, owner Becky Rand is bringing high-end seafood to the masses.
I wanted to open a diner because I felt that Portland didn't really have this style of eating. A place you could come in wearing whatever you were wearing from work. Less expensive, home cooking. I would never call us white tablecloth. We are definitely casual, even with lobster.
Son Zach has been keeping the kitchen on track for nearly a decade. One Blue Plate special at a time.
Our lobster, it's as fresh as it can be. And it can compete with any of the fine dining restaurants in this city as far as quality and quantity and taste. Everybody loves our lobster.
Lots of that love gets poured into their enormous extravaganza called Becky's Big Stuffed Lobster.
Can't ever have enough lobster in the building here. That's what people come for, that's what they want.
Let's saute some seafood.
We're gonna toss the haddock in, and we're gonna throw the scallops in, the shrimp. All this stuff cooks pretty fast. You're just getting for that texture where it starts to flake and fall apart. While our seafood's finishing up, we're going to mix up some of the dry ingredients.
Stuffed lobster has been the main attraction in these parts since forever, and no one does it better than Becky's.
We're going to dump our cracked cracker crumbs in there. We're going to throw in our mayonnaise, dump some of our seasonings in there, and we're going to go right over the top with all that delicious butter. I'm a butter guy. Cannot have too much butter here in Maine. You get all that deliciousness in there. You want every bite to have a little bit of seafood in it.
The stuffing's done. And look, the star of the show has just rolled in from the coast.
We're gonna take this lobster that just came out of the ocean this morning. We're gonna open this guy up. Just gonna lay that right in there. And we're gonna throw it in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes at about 425 degrees. That stuffing's gonna turn golden brown.
Plate it up with a little dipping sauce, and who says lobster can't be diner food?
Becky's Baked Stuffed Lobster. Just because this is a diner doesn't mean you can't get stuffed.
The best meat is always in the claws. That's what separates the Maine lobster from the rest of the country. The lobster in the claws is tender and it's sweeter.
The stuffing is tremendous, mouthful of flavor. Becky's does it perfect.
She eats it every weekend in the summertime.
Yes.
It is worth the mess. I lost.
I've never seen a diner that served lobster or any of the wonderful foods they've got. It's not like any other diner. It's wonderful.
Another treasure of the Atlantic these Portlandians are passionate for are the fried clams. Nothing too fancy now.
Everybody loves a fried clam. They've been getting served here in Maine for a couple hundred years. Fried seafood, that's what Maine does. We got a cup of all-purpose flour here. Add a cup of corn flour. Mix that in. a couple teaspoons of salt, and lastly, baking powder. We're gonna whisk that all together. Getting whiskey with it.
Yeah, he is.
We're gonna take our clams, we're gonna drop them into the egg wash, which is just egg and milk. Simple as best, a little bit of flavor in that egg wash, something that'll allow that batter to stick to the clam.
Best of all, the frying is done in a flash.
These take about 45 seconds, minute tops. Perfect, crispy golden brown, best in town. Into the bowl.
You gotta have a side of fries and homemade slaw. And it's clam and get it.
As classic as Becky herself, fried clams.
This is delicious. Wicked good.
Everything's good about fried clams. You can't go wrong here.
They're really the best I've ever had. Very light, a light batter on them, and fresh and delicious, and glad I came here.
Everyone is. Because they're never selfish with the shellfish on the Blue Plate specials at Becky's Diner.
Seafood and me.
Yes, gotta love it.
This Denver diner has the cure for homesickness. No matter where you're from.
Everything feels homemade here.
We follow the diner trail to Denver, where over the last decade, the food scene has gone from fast casual to farm to table.
Denver's on fire right now. Just watching the city turn into a first-tier city over the last 10 years has been super exciting and creative and fun.
From sandwiches to sausages, there's no shortage of delectable dishes piled mile high in Denver. But no matter where you're from, when you're yearning for the diner delicacies of your youth, head uptown to Steuben's.
Where's that first place you go to eat when you go home? Those favorite foods. We really try to stick with these dishes were intended to be when they were created.
That's what they do here. It's so, like, everything feels homemade here.
One sentimental touch of home for owner Josh Walken was naming Steuben's after the Boston Supper Club that his family ran back in the 50s and 60s. But the old-fashioned favorite he's cooking up today comes from a bit further south, fried chicken.
The Steuben's fried chicken is one of our best sellers. It's crispy, moist and juicy on the inside. You're not gonna leave hungry.
Executive Chef Dave Jabbour starts this classic Southern chicken by making a buttermilk brine.
Buttermilk serves as a natural tenderizer, so when you have really good juicy fried chicken, that's where that's coming from.
A bit of Tabasco adds some heat as the chicken bathes in the brine for 12 hours. Then it rolls around in a flour dredge seasoned with garlic and onion powders, thyme, and cayenne pepper.
We do a pretty classic Southern style fried chicken, so things that their mother or grandmother made, things that remind them of their childhood. And you really want to get it as coated as possible in the flour and even kind of press it in a little bit. And some of these clumps here will fry up and get extra crispy.
After 18 minutes in the fryer, these come out extra crispy and delicious. But Steuben's customers would riot if they served their birds up completely bare.
In our minds, fried chicken has to come with gravy.
Chef Jabbour starts with a whole pound of butter, because it ain't Southern, y'all, without the butter. Then adds flour and chicken stock.
And then we'll whisk that together. And then we can add our milk. Gives it that nice creamy texture. And then as soon as this comes to a boil, we'll season with salt and pepper and it's done.
Now, back to that bird.
So we have Steuben's crispy fried chicken, mashed potatoes, Steuben's chicken gravy, and a fresh-made buttermilk biscuit.
And there you have it, Steuben's classic fried chicken. So good, even your Southern mama's gonna want some.
That's great. It's got the crunchy out, tender middle. Feels like I'm at a Southern kitchen.
The chicken here it's great. It's a perfect blend of salty, greasy, and crispy. It's fantastic.
The seasoning is what keeps me going, and the chicken itself is juicy. It's not dry, but it's not greasy. Oh, good.
A plate of fried chicken and biscuits will soothe any true Southerner's soul. But when you're looking for a little relief, New Mexican style, order up a plate of Steuben's Traffic Jam Green Chili Cheese Fries.
This is a dish that originated in New Mexico. We're gonna make Steuben's green chili stew.
This dish gets off the starting line with a double dose of heritage pork to add a hearty richness to the chili.
At this point, we want to get some good color on this pork. It's gonna help develop the flavors a little better to get some nice browning on it.
Next comes the veggies. Lots of onions and garlic for flavor, and tomatoes and lime juice for acidity.
There's a lot of fat in this dish with the stocks and also the pork butt, so it needs some acidity to cut through that fat and balance out the flavors.
Now for the main attraction, the New Mexican green chili. It may be low on the Scoville scale, but it still gets your motor revving.
So it's more about the flavor of the chili and not necessarily the heat element.
Chef finishes it off with both beef and chicken stock for extra meatiness, then lets it simmer for 45 minutes. Once that green chili is complete, it's time to smother it all over Steuben's freshly fried spuds.
First goes the green chili stew over the top, then a little bit of our sausage gravy. Top of that, we'll add some shredded cheddar cheese.
A little meltification, and we're one step closer to queso heaven.
Check out that cheese.
This head-on collision of cheese, chili, and gravy is then topped with a fried egg, bacon, and green onions.
Here's Steuben's Traffic Jam. Who knew traffic could be this delicious?
Wow. Oh my God, those I love an egg over anything. And that whole soft yolk rinsing over everything and the fries and the chili. Oh my God, I'm in heaven. This is the best.
Oh, it's got a great texture. The fries are nice and crispy. It's like a good old-fashioned Wisconsin poutine on steroids.
Look at that. You got the green chili, you got the fresh French fries. It's all good.
That's some of the most tender pork I've ever had. Mixed with the gravy and cheese.
Fall off the bone right in your mouth.
Whether you grew up in New England or New Mexico, Steuben's farm fresh food will transport your taste buds back to your hometown.
But more than anything, we're just trying to bring some great food to Denver and do it right and do it real and have a good time doing it.
New York's got some blue plate specials so comforting, they reach DEFCON grandma levels.
Cheers to Bubbies. Cheers to Bubbies, dude. Cheers.
In the middle of Manhattan's busy crowds and dizzying pace sits a warm little place serving farm fresh cooking made from scratch.
We're at Bubbies in Tribeca in New York City.
A ton of flavor that you get from like the home style kind of idea.
This urban oasis brings down home diner food to homey new heights that could only come from a grandma's love. After all, Bubby is the Yiddish word for grandmother. Which one is this place named after, Ron?
Two of my grandmothers who did not speak with each other that much, and I told both of them that I named Bubby's after them.
Smart.
One of the beautiful things you get about a restaurant named after a grandmother. The owners and the staff care about the people they're serving.
And they won't pinch your cheeks. One Granny Award winner is Bubby's pan-roasted chicken with mac and cheese.
We really try to make everything like your grandmother would make it. We make everything from scratch using all kinds of really good ingredients. This is a juicy chicken. What makes it juicy is the brine.
The brine starts with fresh garlic and sea salt. Don't be chicken when it comes to salt.
Got to use a lot of salt. Cannot be afraid it's brine.
Ron sprinkles in thyme, lemon, bay leaves, sugar, and peppercorns.
Peppercorns add spice, spice of life.
He whisks away, and then the brine and the chicken pull an all-nighter.
This chicken has been brining for 24 hours. The seasoning doesn't stop with the brine. The brine has seasoned the inside of the meat. Now we're gonna season the skin.
That's the reasoning behind the seasoning. Next, the veggies.
Carrots, parsnips, potatoes, and turnips. Extra virgin olive oil. Pan-roasted chicken and veggies is as classic as it gets. Then we're gonna put it in the oven. We're gonna cook it until it's done.
While that roasts, Ron constructs a mac and cheese that'll put the Bach-Tine to shame with a homemade bacon bechamel, enhanced by lots and lots of
cheese and a whole lot of love.
Standard macaroni noodles have been elbowed out here. Now it's a shell game.
For noodles, I like to use shells because it really gets all the sauce and cheese in there and it really gets gooey.
He bowls it, bakes it, and that's how you make it.
Let's plate it up. We got a half a roasted chicken. Nobody's going hungry at Bubby's. It's not fast food, it's Bubby's food.
Okay, everybody, dig in.
I love the skin.
The skin is crispy, the meat underneath is tender, falls apart in your mouth, but it has body and flavor to it.
Like stuff that dreams are made of?
It is like stuff that dreams are made of.
Ooh.
The bacon, that's the best part. We don't get that in our mac and cheese at school.
You get the creaminess of the sauce, which can clearly only be a bechamel. That's definitely like time spent in making the sauce.
Higher class diner food.
For dessert, we've got a diner classic that takes several Bubby love hours to make. Strawberry rhubarb pie.
This is rhubarb. This used to grow in every garden in America. A little sweet, but mostly sour.
With ingredients this fresh,
really sour, oh my God.
You only need a few.
The sugar helps balance out the tartness from the rhubarb, but it also makes a nice sauce. The orange zest adds just a little bright sparkle of citrus. It's sort of mysterious. We make our crust in-house. You can really tell by all this nice fat chunks in here, which really makes it flaky.
After cutting vents, Ron gently but generously fills the pastry, trims the edges, and...
time for the oven.
That'll cool on the windowsill for 5 hours. Then...
I'm excited. We're gonna finish this off with a little powdered sugar. Homemade strawberry rhubarb pie.
It's Wedgecraft.
Mmm. Damn, that is delicious.
What happened to ladies first?
But it's pie.
Okay.
This is a fantastic strawberry rhubarb pie.
Yeah, you get that sour contrast to the sweet strawberry.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The powdered sugar on top just kind of adds like a little extra layer of sweetness.
This pie reminds me of pie grandmother would make. Oh yeah.
Whether you call her grandmother, Grammy, Mimi, or Nana, Bubby's always has her heartfelt home cooking on the menu. This one's for you, Grandma.
Cheers to my Bubby.
Dude, cheers to my Bubby.
Cheers to Bubby's.
Cheers to Bubby's, dude. Cheers.
If you're tired of assembly line food, this Detroit diner custom crafts every dish with love. When you envision a Detroit diner, bet you're thinking all-night greasy spoon. But head east to the edge of the Marina District and you'll find an old-school refurbished diner that's bringing high-quality ingredients back to the Blue Plate Special.
This is Rose's Fine Food in Detroit, Michigan.
Owner Molly Mitchell shatters short-order preconceptions by using farm-fresh ingredients, often from Detroit's urban gardens.
What we're trying to do here is just make food that you may have at your home and how people used to eat when everyone had a garden. We collaborate with the farmers in the city because we want to use the best produce that we possibly can.
This is still a diner, of course, so Rose's slings your requisite eggs and bacon.
Yeah, putting eggs on things is kind of what we do.
It's what comes under those eggs that's redefining the diner game at Rose's. Like their Asian-inspired Chi-Chi fried rice. Like all the best diner dishes, this one starts with butter and a little olive oil.
Butter tends to burn on its own. We like the balance with the oil. You can get it a little hotter.
Next, Chef Molly adds cooked jasmine rice, as well as the pickled perfection known as Rose's Chi-Chi sauce.
My cousin actually came up with that name, so she just took the chi off of kimchi and just made it sound cute, I think.
The adorable and aromatic sauce is made with garlic, chili, and Michigan maple syrup mixed with pickled cabbage.
It's gonna get a little bit sticky with the maple syrup and the kimchi, and it'll cook down into the rice, and that's what you're looking for.
The true test of any good diner chef, sunny side up eggs.
We like to cook our eggs on the grill, and they develop that crispiness around the edge. All right, look at that. That's the perfect egg.
Once the rice turns a beautiful purple, it's plated, egged up, and sprinkled with bacon.
This is what makes it breakfast, bacon and eggs.
The finishing touches, spicy kimchi and some local Belle Isle flowers.
This is Chi-Chi fried rice from Rose's Fine Food in Detroit.
I can taste the bacon, the kimchi, a little bit of sweetness. That must be the maple syrup. Egg on top. It's just delicious. I would eat this every day.
I've never really eaten the flowers before, so I like it. This
is totally different.
This is not traditional diner food at all. This is a new wave. It's outside the box. It's beyond the box.
The eggs have a nice crust on them, you know, like you would make it at home.
It's like, you got your breakfast, you got your lunch and your dinner, and with that sweetness, you even got some dessert.
Rose's menu hits that sweet spot, combining dishes you didn't even know you want with classics that you crave, like the traditional egg sandwich.
We use our sourdough bread that we make here at the restaurant.
At most places, making your own bread means removing the twisty tie from the back. Rose's sourdough browns up nice.
Look at that crisp. That's what you're looking for.
Then, some cheddar achieves peak ooey gooey.
Cheddar is nice because it melts really well, and it's also just a crowd-pleasing cheese. Everybody likes cheddar.
Notice the color on these eggs. That yolk is no joke.
We work with a farmer who lets his chickens graze, and that really contributes to the yolks having more of an orange color.
And here's something you don't get on a fast food breakwitch. Fresh greens tossed in a lemon vinaigrette and bread coated in garlic aioli.
And then a few pickles on the side.
And there you have it, Rose's Fine Foods egg sandwich.
I don't want to bag on other egg sandwiches, but this one's really good.
Oh my God. The cheese chip is unreal. They melt the cheese in this crazy way. I've never had anything like this before, where it's gooey in certain parts and then like crispy in other parts. I don't know how they do it, but it's amazing.
This is the best sandwich in Detroit. If you ever walk into a bakery and you smell fresh bread being baked, that's what it tastes like.
You can't get this anymore. It's like if your grandmother made it, you know? It's that delicious.
How you gonna keep them down on the farm, Grandma, once they try the city fresh food grown for Roses?
I'm coming to Detroit, you gotta go to Rose's Fine Food.
That's all the Blue Plate specials on the menu for now. But you know we'll always be here for you with a piping hot refill of Food Paradise.